I remember Felix Rabin when I reviewed the Gent. It was an EP, and I think I interviewed the guy as well. I think he's French, isn't he, if I remember rightly? Is he? I think so. Anyway, that was a few years ago. There were no cars on the road back then, folks. Not really, but a few years ago, I was offered his new EP a few weeks ago. Came out on the 4th of April, and I reviewed it and then promptly forgot to do a podcast about it. So here it is. Here it is. So here it is, Felix's EP, and I reckon it's very good. Because what he's done is he's decided to do something which is very clever. He's still funky. He's not so rocky. What he is on this album, it's called Blue Days, by the way, is that he's decided to give us a bit of something chart. Now, there is a version of Dancing in the Dark on here, which I wouldn't actually advise. Dancing in the Dark is probably a bad idea anyway, because you might get an elbow in your eye, or you might not be able to find the exit when you finish and think, I could be here all day. Yeah, but it's slower than the original. I mean, I don't like the original anyway. I think it's a boring beat through. Just terrible. But this is a slower version of that. I don't think there's any reason for that, is there? However, I love the 80s pop of Find Me, it's kind of pop and gentle rock. Now, I don't mind either of that. Not genital rock, that would be something entirely different. But I suppose there are services where you can get a genital rock. I presume, I wouldn't know. But gentle rock, it's very nice. It's pretty okay. I like As She Comes, which is indie pop with a falsetto vocal. I like What You Need. It's not what you want, get you what you need. Yeah, it's not in excess. It's got smoky 80s soulful feel. Now, what's happened here is that the 80s, I think, the 80s are on point, aren't they, at the moment? People like the 80s pop, they like the art pop, and they like the florid pop of the 80s kind of new romantic thing. They like the 80s AOR stuff. He's rolled a lot of that together. So it sounds 80s, but seen through the modern filter, you can tell that that's what's happening. That is pretty clever. If you want to get into the charts, that is pretty damn good. What he needs now is people to pick up on this. And I believe you should go out and have a look at it, or listen to it on your streaming services and then go and buy it. It's called Blue Days. And I think it's really rather good. But don't take my word for it. Oh, actually do. Yes, off you go. Have a nice listen. Have a nice buy. I'm not instructing you to do it, but you could do worse. Like that genital rock thing I mentioned earlier. Ta-ta.